Alright, hey, what is going on everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. Hope you're doing fantastic. My name is Jeremy Su and today we are talking about Louis Vuitton's Summer 2022 show for men's and specifically this sneaker right here. So I've got a lot of thoughts and opinions on the whole thing, but instead of focusing on design structure and fabrics, I want to talk more about branding and messaging, which I feel is something that I know more about. And there's a lot to unpack here. Now let's start off with the show itself. So Virgil has chosen to go for a more abstract short film kind of concept. It's really great, it's different, it breaks the pattern from usual fashion shows and runway walks, which can be boring at times. So what is happening is that a lot of hype is being generated, and that's good, that's a plus. The problem though is how abstract this whole film is. So from what I've read, this film is inspired by Yasuke. Yasuke is the first ever African-American samurai. He was in Japan, that was a long time ago, Nobunaga days. And so, I love that whole tribute message thing. I think it's really relevant. It's meaningful when you know the story behind the film. But only when you know the story behind the film. So what I feel is that, throughout the whole film, there is sort of a lack of context. Things aren't being articulated very clearly. Now, if you're purely a style, fashion enthusiast type person, this is guaranteed gonna be one of the strangest fashion shows you're ever going to watch, because it's just so abstract and intangible. That's really the word I would say. So in terms of clarity, in terms of messaging, I think that whole clarity, that whole sharpness could really be tuned up a lot to really drive home the point that this whole, film is trying to convey. But now, let's focus on the Nike collaboration. And I think this is where, things really start to fall apart. In essence, the gap between luxury and non-luxury is closing yet again. Surprise, things are getting closer than ever. The lines are getting blurred yet again. And the problem is that this collaboration feels out of place. Because Louis Vuitton is luxury, but Nike isn't. So let's explore that. What makes a brand luxury in the first place? Now, every luxury brand needs a list of things, and this list of things includes stuff like an iconic founder, master craftsmanship, artisanship, global reach, perceived scarcity, vertical integration, the list goes on and on. But the most important thing, the glue which really brings everything together, is having a product that is a symbol of the brand's beliefs and values. Beliefs and values. Very, very important stuff. It's how humans communicate. It's how humans buy. It's what motivates us to, take action and make a purchase, for example. So look at Louis Vuitton. What does Louis Vuitton stand for? They stand for, preserving their heritage. Mr. Louis Vuitton, at 13 years old, literally walked on foot all the way to Paris to create masterful trunks. What about Nike? Nike, as Steve Jobs said,
what does Nike do in their advertising? They honor great athletes and they honor great athletics.
And so when you look at this collaboration, I think the reason why it feels weird to me, and this is a feeling thing, like it's kind of strange to me, is because this product right here, this Nike, Louis Vuitton, seemingly off-white, three-way, collab kind of thing, it doesn't really represent any of the brands involved. Actually, these collaboration sneakers feel more like aspirational products meant to cater to trends and hype, both of which are great ways to create desire for a product, just not great ways to solidify your stance as a brand who really sticks true to your own beliefs and values. And doing so on a long-term basis over and over and over again will really serve to degrade a brand's status and also the people's belief in them. Because what matters is that you consistently put out products and services that really stand by what you've said. Now, if you said you're timeless, you're classic, you're elegant, that's what Louis Vuitton stands for, then you want to create products and services like that to prove what you believe. If you look at, why people follow certain brands, certain people, that's literally what it is. You say what you're gonna do, and you do it, and when people see it, the word spreads, and that's how reputation is built. That's how a brand is built. On a whole, I don't think this collaboration is, bad or anything. I don't think it's too crazy. We have seen things like Supreme and Louis Vuitton, and when that came out, people went nuts. There were people who were really into it. And there were also people who are just like me right now saying that it's just degrading the brand. It's killing both sides, especially, at that time, Louis Vuitton, because they were still up there. They hadn't really penetrated this whole streetwear, market. And so I think this is just repeating, but at a much larger scale. And the problem is that while you do manage to generate more sales and you cater to a wider market, you kind of lose your existing customers. In a way, if you read the comments, I don't know if that's a really good indication, but obviously people are voicing their opinions, so it's something to at least just pay attention to. These people, a lot of them are not really happy with the whole collaboration. Some of them say it feels cheap, some of them say the designs are just whack, some of them really are, some of them, they look good, but they're just kind of lazy, uninspired. People are using all these words to kind of justify why they don't like it, but I think at its core, what they're not really getting is that the reason this doesn't feel right is because this product doesn't stand for either of the brands that worked and created it. And so, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this whole collection. I think clothing is fine. It's always, it's Virgil, it's just what he does. Sneaker-wise, this collaboration, I think it's definitely something we're gonna see more of. But I think brands need to be really careful about not just going after the money, which obviously they are going to do that, but really trying to preserve that culture and heritage that they've built over a really, really, really long time, because that is priceless. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something. As always, hope the insight was educational. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.